Hello everyone, this is Sammy Solis and welcome to my YTC aka YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to purchase your first home and what options there are out there for you to choose from, and also hopefully being able to make the right decision for the right intentions for either short-term or long-term goals. So as many of you have already noticed, there's a lot of information out there on the internet, but I'm going to really try to summarize and really try to narrow down at least 2 to 3 options on how to go about on purchasing your first new home. Now, a little bit of background for me. I bought my first home in 2015. I was a single man and I was engaged, so I definitely needed a place for my wife to live in, and I was thinking about renting out an apartment. However, I did not want to just throw away the money, and I already knew that I wanted to settle in a city in Napa, and so we went ahead and purchased my new home. Of course, with her help, we were able to zone into a house that we liked. However, someone told me, hey, before you start looking for homes, you need to get pre-approved. So what is being pre-approved? Pre-approved means that you go into a bank and you show them how much money you make, basically, and then they tell you, okay, you make X amount of money, we could approve you this much money. So let's say, for example, you earn about $60,000 a year. A bank will typically lend you up to at least $400,000. Here is something that I was told that many people, when they purchase their first home, do not consider. Number one, you want to consider what can you afford on a month-to-month basis. A lot of people get really excited about purchasing their new home and they don't care about the price. They just want to go in and purchase the house no matter how much it's going to be per month in terms of mortgage. You definitely want to look into, okay, what's my budget? How much can I really afford so that I'm not living paycheck by paycheck, trying to pay off the mortgage and struggling, not being able to enjoy your new home. When I first purchased my home, I was qualified to get a $450,000 loan, but I did not want to pay $3,000 for mortgage. So my budget was to get at least a mortgage of around $2,000 a month, and I think I was able to comfortably still have a little bit of money left over to save and be able to do some projects that I was planning to do in the long term. So I went ahead and looked for a house anywhere from $300,000 to $350,000 in Napa. Right now you will not see those prices. Right now we are in 2019, so in 2015 is when the market, already started to go up, and there's definitely a lot more room for growth. So I went ahead and bought a small house. Now here's rule number 2. You don't have to buy your dream home on the first shot. That's right, you don't have to buy it, because you could always move to another house, assuming that you're going to get another job that pays better, assuming that you're going to get some equity on the first home that you purchase, and hopefully get a profit so that if you sell it, you're able to get a bigger home. So the first house that I bought was not my dream home. It was actually a house in which I knew there was going to be a lot of potential, and a house in which I knew that if I stay there for the long term, it's going to generate income because, 1, of the location, 2, because of the potential it has for me to grow, to build in, and to invest in the house so that the equity that collects can bring a profit if I were to sell the home. So when I first approached this house, I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. I didn't know that I was going to make a business out of it. I just wanted to get a house that I knew had some potential for future investment, for me to be able to do something with it. Maybe do an extension, maybe add a few rooms, maybe add a granny house in the backyard. The house that I purchased was a 850 square foot home. Yes, I know it's extremely small, but the land was around 5,500 square feet, which was quite big. So I definitely can envision a lot of potential in this house. it wasn't going to be a house in which I would be able to raise more than one child. So I knew that it was not going to be the house that I was going to die in. It was going to be the house in which I knew it was going to serve as a stepping stone to go into a second home that would be much more bigger. So going back to the steps, so once I realized that I was qualified for a $450,000 loan, then I started searching for homes again around $300,000 to $350,000. I ran into this house, and this house was going on for sale for $327,000. And we went ahead and did the bid. Luckily for me, this house was not on the market, and my realtor, which did an amazing job looking and found this home that was not on the market yet, but had been out in the market for about a year. And so the owner took it out of the market, but since she has access to other realtors and other data, she was able to dig this one up and offer the owner and giving us a shot on being able to close a deal. There's nothing wrong with the house, it's just the house was very small. There's a lot of options, and for us it was actually perfect because we didn't need very much to be able to enjoy an actual home for ourselves.
Hopefully this angle does not distract any of you guys, but my right hand is very tired.
So we went ahead and said, okay, we want to get this home. Now, what kind of loan are we going to get? So there are two major loans that you could purchase. One being an FHA loan, which is a federal loan that is given to us at a very low interest rate. It's very favorable for the first-time buyers and also for those that have purchased a home and have waited a couple of years to be able to benefit from that type of loan. So for the first house that I have right now, I was able to get an FHA loan at 3.375%. And that was a deal. That was an extreme deal. However, there is a caveat to it. As in any deal, there's always a caveat. And that was that there was a PMI attached to it. What is PMI? PMI stands for Premium Mortgage Insurance. And basically what that is that you are insuring the bank by paying them a certain amount that if you were to forfeit, they're insured. So instead of the bank paying for that PMI, we, the buyers, are paying the bank for that insurance for them to benefit and not for us, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's how it is, unfortunately. So there was that option, and option number two is being able to get a conventional loan. A conventional loan allows you to be able to put a down payment of either anywhere from 5% to 20%. A lot of people that put down a down payment of 20% avoid the ability to having to pay PMI insurance. And why is that a possibility? Because the bank then says, oh, okay, this person is not going to forfeit the payments because they have put in 20% down into the house. So for them, it means that you are considerably committing to the house, and you're not just going to get it and then just go away and disappear in some island somewhere. So being able to have that option, if you have the cash or if you have certain money stashed away in a 401k, or maybe through stocks, or maybe through another type of assets that you can sell, then a lot of people normally go through that route. So in my case, I actually went to the FHA loan because one, I did not want to put too much money down because I had the cash to put 20% down. However, I did not want to spend it all on putting 20% down because I had plans on being able to do some modifications, such as putting in a deck in the backyard, putting in an AC unit because the house did not have AC unit, and being able to add solar panels on the top, and being able to fix the front yard, the backyard, etc. For then later on benefiting into creating a business out of the house. So when I purchase homes, I really look into the future. Is there any potential? Can I make money out of it? But some people have different ideas. Some people have different agendas, and that is totally fine. Some people just want to buy a house to live in, and that's it, and that is totally okay. And so it's very important to look into the future, not going too compulsively, and important to understand the numbers. You don't want to come into something that you don't want to live by paycheck, and then regretting the fact that you purchased a house and then not being able to afford it and live comfortably in the long term. So let's recap. Number one, see how much you are pre-approved for. And I would recommend shopping around. You don't need to go to the first bank that offers you a loan. Go around and see how much is this bank giving me in terms of interest rate. How much is this other bank giving me in terms of interest rate, etc. and etc. There's a lot of competition out there, and you don't have to settle in for the first bank. Even also with a realtor, you don't need to settle in with the first realtor that's gonna say, "Hey, I'm gonna work for you." You need to shop around and see which realtor has the best experience, which realtor has the good name and will actually work for you to get you the home that you desire. Remember, you are the buyer. You have the power to choose what kind of house you want, what kind of realtor you want, what kind of lender you want, even escrow, whatever kind of person you want to hire to help you purchase the house. You have the power to shop around and see where you can save money, because it does add up. There's a lot of fees, there's a lot of things that you could save if you look around. It's a lot of work, it could be stressful, but team up with someone that has a lot of patience and that can checking you on the decisions that you make. Someone that perhaps bought a home and has done a few things that they wish they knew about, so then hopefully for you to be able to learn from them and benefit from their experiences, so that you don't have to make those same mistakes. So hopefully this was a great video for you guys. I know it was a little short, however I wanted to go into the point of how to approach buying your first home. I know that many of you didn't know about that, and perhaps a lot of you are now ready to purchase a home, but it's always good to know. In the next video, I will be preparing on how to prepare yourself to purchase a home. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great time. Love you all. Until next time.